In this example, we're going to compare the graph of the function y equals 1/3 x squared minus 3x plus 2 to its parent function. Now keep in mind that the parent function is a parabola with its vertex at the origin. So I'll go to my calculator. I already typed in the parent function y equals x squared, and then in y2, I'm going to arrow in front of my y2. I'm going to hit enter one time so that I can have my new graph as a thick line rather than a thin line, and I'll be able to tell it apart from the parent function. And I'll type in my function 1/3 x squared minus 3x plus 2, and then I'll zoom 6 to see if it will fit on a 10 by 10 grid. So there's my parent function. There's my function, newer function, as a dark line, a thicker line. So I'm going to modify the window just a little bit and see more positive x's. So I'm going to change that x from a 10 to a 15 and see if that looks a little better. So that gives me a better idea of what's happening with my graph. Now I need to find the vertex as one of the questions that I'm looking for. So to do that, I have to decide, is my vertex either the lowest point or the highest point on my graph? Now in this case, it's the lowest point, which we call the minimum. So I will do second trace, and then 3 for the minimum. To find that, first of all, I need to go to the graph I have in y2, which I can do by arrowing down, and then I need a left bound and a right bound. So the left bound would be to the left of the vertex, and where that's at is fine, so I'm going to hit enter. And then I need the right bound, so I need to arrow past the minimum point, past where I think the vertex is, so I'm going to arrow to the right. Now it's started up the right side, so I can hit enter, and then I'll enter one more time. And this vertex will be located at 4.5, negative 4.75. So now let's sketch the graph of our new function. We can label the vertex. Remember that was at 4.5, negative 4.75. And we can write that down over here. Now our parabola is opening up, and that's caused by the fact that the 1/3 is positive. This shape seems to be wider than the parent function, and again that's caused by the 1/3 being less than 1. It doesn't give our parabola the ability to open up quickly, so it slows down how fast it grows, and it will be a wide graph. The equation for the axis of symmetry, now the axis of symmetry would be that line that we could fold our graph on and make 1/2 be directly over top of the other. So that fold would have to go through the vertex, and since it's a vertical fold that we would make, we would have the equation for a vertical line. And so that's going to start out x equals, and then we find the x coordinate for our vertex, which is 4.5. So x equals 4.5 would be the equation for the axis of symmetry.